Orcs have been repelled, and the war boss has been defeated. But this war is far from over. The Orcs still threaten to overcome several major population centers, and could mass more than a large enough force to overwhelm the Imperial armies present on the planet. We have bought time, nothing more. But this is no longer a primary concern. Our scouts have recovered evidence that the forces of Chaos, the great enemy, may be operating on this planet, right under our very noses. We must face this foe wherever they stand. If there is even a chance that they are here, we must seek them out and destroy them. Inquisitor Toth is demanding that we leave the planet, but of all the powers his position grants him, commandeering a space marine company is not one of them. I must admit that I find his presence unwelcome so soon after the events on my homeworld of Cyrene. Inquisitors have a way of inflaming a guilty conscience, and that I do not need right now.
That's alright, Gabriel. We'll figure things out. Hi there, Strat fans. It's Colonel Strat, the Strategy Extraordinaire here again. Today we're gonna return to our Dawn of War campaign. Today we're at Mission 5, a new lead. Where we left off with Gabriel, they had uncovered some Chaos Taint, or possible taint, and we're going to be investigating that today after we knocked the war boss out. So without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty. A new lead.
This warp storm could trap us here for a month or for a century. We cannot risk staying here. We must evacuate Tartarus before it arrives in 3 days' time.
The Imperial Guard and Holy Fleet can attend to the evacuation. The Blood Ravens have more pressing matters to contend with.
Such as?
I believe agents of Chaos have taken strong root here.
I sense no taint here. Even so, were there a Chaos presence on Tartarus, it is better we leave them here with the Orcs than waste more lives fighting them. We could wish no worse fate for either of our enemies, and to be trapped with the other. But we must leave here now.
That is a matter for my brothers and I to decide. We will use these 3 days to settle our affairs and satisfy our suspicions. Meanwhile, you have our transports to facilitate evacuation.
Colonel Brom, the captain and I must attend to matters of faith. If you would leave us, please.
But surely this involves me as a...
Forgive me for not being clear on the matter.
I said
please,
when in fact I meant now. Man, he's such a dick.
This does involve him. You should have shown him a modicum of respect.
Captain, you uncovered extensive heresy on your home world. Cyrene, was it?
That has nothing to do with the events here on Tartarus.
But I believe they do. You requested the Inquisition undertake an exterminatus, the destruction of your planet's entire populace, which we obliged.
I still fail to see...
Captain, I am not questioning your loyalty, but I must wonder if your actions on Cyrene have not affected your judgment. Perhaps that was a poor choice of words. I merely fear that you might see chaos, but it does not exist. I ask that as a loyal subject of the Emperor, you serve the Imperium's interest before your own agenda.
Though I do believe Toth is probably one of the better Inquisitors.
Captain, that Inquisitor had no right to speak to you in such manner. But perhaps he is right. The coming storm will trap our enemies here, where they can consume one another.
And what if the forces of Chaos escape the system before the storm? No. We will not use this freak occurrence as an excuse to avoid our enemies, or our responsibility. They are here for a reason.
Gabriel's such a fucking Chad. He's like, I could just leave him here and be destroyed, but that's not what a fucking Space Marine homie does.
The humans are coming your way in full force. You should hear their heavy feet long before you see
Ranger.
them.
and smell them long before that.
Orbital Command has indicated the dropship landed in this general proximity. We've discovered a path, Captain. It's obvious someone has been digging here.
Cut by orcs?
I've never seen an orc lend such a careful hand to a task.
If it wasn't orcs, then it must be the forces of chaos.
Oh boy.
We will follow this path and discover the truth behind what has transpired here. The sacred artifact will now be available to us. Construct it, and we will have access to powerful abilities.
How can I serve?
My faith is my shield.
Alright. Let's start by, let's start by, getting a few more squads. I may want to protect my rear flank here too, but I don't think I'll have to.
Yes, Lord.
Let's get an armory up.
Yes, most beneficent one.
The Emperor protects.
Gabriel.
At your command. Commencing infiltration.
Praise the Emperor.
None can stand before the Inquisition.
Alright, Toth.
We think alike.
Just enough for each commander to have one.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Yes, Lord.
Marine squad deployed.
Do a plasma generator.
Initializing build
Yes.
protocol.
Men, you will follow my directives from here on out. The Emperor protects.
Marine squad deployed. Awaiting orders. Fear our wrath.
There's a door.
Dispersion. Through discipline, we prevail. Is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Here to serve.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Move out a little bit, get some,
None can stand before the Inquisition.
got some heavy bolters for
We
him, so
think alike.
let's get over here.
We think alike. No one will stop us.
Objective log.
Let's capture this point.
What would you have me do? Agreed.
Scouts here.
First objective should be take some points, and then we'll be able to advance forward. So our
Mission
diplomacy
accomplished.
objective, we need to bring the commander and the liberator to the end of the path, discover the reason for the evacuation.
Yes.
Excavation.
We think alike. Agreed.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt. Through discipline, we prevail.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, most
Alright, let's build this
beneficent
listing
one.
post.
Initializing build protocol.
Oh, we had some enemies over here.
Today the enemy shall know fear. This day shall be a
None can
glorious one
stand
for the
before the
Imperium.
Inquisition.
Oh, there's a sergeant in this one, that's why.
Scouts awaiting orders.
Here to serve.
Yes. I will see that it happens. I will see that it happens.
Braun probably feels like he's the most Chad human right now, because
How can I serve?
he's just a guard commissar or guard colonel, and he's commanding Space Marines right now.
I await your instructions. Yes, Lord.
It's probably like, you want me to command this? What?
What is it you desire? What is it you desire?
Praise
Orcs.
the Emperor.
Attack!
Here's some
Follow
orcs.
me into battle.
Looks like they're running from something now.
Wait. They weren't attacking. They were fleeing.
What could inspire fear in an orc?
Faith and duty. For the honor of the chapter.
Yes.
Capture that.
Fear not the psycho.
I always love
None
this
can
mission because
stand
it's so
before the
creepy and eerie.
Inquisition.
See these dead orcs everywhere, just massacred. We all know who it is. Yeah, we all know who's doing this.
Yes, Lord.
Dawn of War never was very subtle with their hints. It's still fun to fantasize, though. And especially with the music, I love it. It sets the tone excellently.
Build routine 721 initiated.
What would you have me do?
Let's keep going.
I shall not fail.
See, look at all these.
Something is
massacred.
not right here. These orc bodies do not look like they were dispatched by Imperial hands. We must proceed with caution.
Yeah, they're too precise. Like, look at all these
I shall not
mass
fail.
things.
We
of
are
orcs.
united in
Dead
his
orcs.
service.
Just keep on moving.
Elder, my aim
Perhaps we
shall
were
not
mistaken
falter.
about the presence of the forces of chaos.
Be it Eldar or Chaos.
Eldar.
I will have answers either way. Press on.
I love that, you know, the way the Eldar scream and they just fall down.
Today the enemy shall know
Knowledge is
fear.
power. Hide it well.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
I shall crush you beneath my inquisitorial boot. Their judgment is at hand.
What is it you desire?
The Empire, the Eldar do have, like, I think it's like teleportation, but their base technology is like very, very poor.
Yes, Lord.
We're gonna secure all
I
these
exist
these
to serve.
posts so that I can upgrade.
At your command. Scouts here.
Oh, is that? Oh, jeez. Well, there's a post over there.
On my way.
Under
It
fire.
will be done. Imperial Guard, charge!
Yeah, that's not Imperial Guard, bro.
Imperial Guard, charge!
Yeah. No.
The Emperor protects.
All right, get my the
Emperor
librarian.
protects.
I believe he detects. Who detects it? Well, they must have just jumped over here.
I will see that it happens.
Yeah, they must have just jumped over here or something.
Hold formation and attack!
Praise the Emperor.
I await your instructions.
All right. Some grenades.
Scouts awaiting orders.
We do have to upgrade this.
What is your will?
Yeah, so
Here
we'll
to
upgrade
serve. I shall obey. Yes, Lord.
How can I serve? I will see that it happens.
I am prepared.
that. Yeah, the orcs are just like massacred.
Venerate the immortal emperor.
Taking heavy fire.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. It's a Falcon grab tank.
I await your instructions. Yes, most beneficent one.
Get those servitors out of there.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Come on.
This day shall be a glorious
Mission
one for the
accomplished.
Imperium. Follow me into battle.
Let's upgrade that. The tank always... I don't know if it always goes away, but it has been.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Alright. Load them up. With bolter rounds. There they go.
Here to serve.
Maybe I'm just
Yes, Lord.
sadistic, but
Yes,
I like
most
that
beneficent one.
the scream they
With
make.
all due haste.
The power sword, plasma pistols. I do need to make sergeants.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
Sergeant, and a sergeant. Even though they usually get killed, my bloody
Yes, Lord.
sergeants. They just charge right in the middle of the they don't care. But we will be able to get apothecaries. So we're going to definitely stack those up, and that'll help our soldiers recharge after a battle.
How can I serve?
Brahm down here. Plasma gun, rocket launcher.
It will be done.
Fear not the Psycho.
None can stand before the Inquisition.
None can stand before the Inquisition.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
Alright.
Yes, Lord. I shall obey. Yes, Lord. I await your instructions. I shall obey.
Oh, we need more power.
Yes, Lord. Build routine 721 initiated.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Alright.
Mind over matter.
I feel like as soon as I move my guys away from there, they're going to start attacking.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Alright. But we got a good amount of squads. With a good amount of heavy weapons.
With courage and
Let's see
honor.
what the Eldar have planned for us over here.
Charge!
They've slaughtered lots of orcs in this zone. And yeah.
Dark Reapers, fall back. We need Rhino transport tanks.
Of our enemies,
they will
we
allow us
earn
to get
our
through
salvation.
unscathed and attack
At
the Dark
once,
Reapers
do I
on those
detect
cliffs above.
uncertainty in your purpose?
Yeah, those Dark Reapers are bad.
Rhino transports are now available. Build them at the machine cult.
None can stand before the
Venerate the
Inquisition.
immortal Emperor. I can sense the
This
enemy.
day shall be
They
a
are
glorious
close.
one for the Imperium.
So we're gonna need Rhino transports so we can go unscathed, because those Dark Reapers are nasty. They're going to really do a lot of damage to infantry units, but they do almost no damage to tanks.
I await your instructions.
We just need a little bit more power.
With all due haste, I await your instructions.
Alright, let's do some serious
I await
building.
your instructions.
$350 for the machine cult. Yeah. Ah, jeez. I'm real tired, Strat.
With all due haste.
I still haven't recovered from that day-long excursion. I didn't sleep real well the night before, and I didn't sleep the night after, so it's like catching up to me all at once.
Yes, Lord.
There's a sacred artifact over here.
I will do as you ask.
That way we can make some apothecaries. Apothecary squads. Kill a lot of Eldar. Eldar are pretty easy to kill their main infantry. But their advanced infantry, like Warp Spiders, Dark Reapers, Rangers, those are a lot more difficult to kill. Yeah, Rhinos, just a couple Rhinos.
Marine squad deployed.
That way we can transport people. I think you can only have one squad in there at a time.
Rhino transport deployed. Rhino transport is prepared. We deliver into battle.
Ever vigilant.
Rhino transport deployed.
I mean, I could stealth my,
Apothecaries are standing by to tend to our wounded. Build them
Yes,
at the
Lord.
sacred artifact.
I exist to serve.
Yeah, I know, Gabriel. I gotta build 3 more Space Marine squads and put apothecaries in them, because then they'll start to they'll heal your wounded, They don't heal super fast, but they do help. And you can also improve your hero abilities.
Apothecary ready. The battlefield awaits. Apothecary ready. Marine squad deployed. What are your needs? I follow your commands. How can I serve? Who requires my aid? How can I serve?
Let's get them down here.
Who requires
my aid? Like,
what are your needs?
They have that regeneration symbol, so it does help. And we'll do 2 more, and then 2 more apothecaries. That way we have max people, and then we have some max regeneration. Alright. Yeah, regen is really good.
The battlefield awaits. Marine squad deployed.
There's those.
Apothecary here.
Just need 1 more Marine squad. Then we'll be tapped up, and then we could just, you know, power charge through. Deal with all these Eldar. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. That's my favorite line that they say. See how we have like veteran upgrade, which increases the maximum health recharge rate. We have the aura abilities, Word of the Emperor, which is these special abilities that the commander units can unlock. All right, there's 2 more apothecaries. There we go.
Apothecary ready. Marine squad deployed. Apothecary ready.
All right, then we'll get these 2 to increase our range and the maximum health, and then we'll start just fitting them out. And then once they're all outfitted, we'll head there, take out these Eldar, and see what they're hiding, because they're hiding something.
Heresy grows from idleness.
I don't know if it stacks. I think it does though, because you'll see like multiple rings where there's multiple apothecaries there.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
I think it does stack.
The fallen shall be forever remembered.
See right
as
there?
The Emperor's finest.
That's the best line he makes.
The battlefield awaits. Who requires my aid? What are your needs? The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Alright, then we just need these sergeants.
The battlefield awaits. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Yeah, I thought there was only 1 squad that could be fit.
How can I
Space
serve?
Marines. Alright, then we'll do a rocket launcher.
What are your needs? The
Always
fallen
2
shall
heavy
be forever
bolters.
remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Always 2 heavy bolters, Strat fans. Can't ever go wrong with that.
The battlefield
But for
awaits.
the other guns,
The fallen shall be forever
depends on what
remembered
you
as the Emperor's
want.
finest.
Pick your poison with that. And we'll send these guys behind the Dark Reapers, get close to them, and kill them.
What are your needs? How can I serve?
Alright.
I am prepared.
Today, the enemy shall
My
know
knowledge
fear.
is at your disposal.
I will see that it happens.
Apothecary here.
Come on.
Direct me to the injured.
What are you guys doing?
As ordered. Squad embark. Squad embark.
There we go.
Rhino ready.
About time. Alright, let's get through here.
We deliver into battle. Going straight to the front lines.
Taking heavy
We
fire.
deliver into battle.
See, very little damage.
Going straight to the front lines. Take refuge within our armor. Take refuge within our armor.
Taking heavy fire.
Going straight to the front lines. We deliver into battle.
Deploying. The fallen shall be forever remembered. The Emperor's finest. Deploying. What are your needs? I follow your commands. Death, forward healing. I tend off witches. What are your needs? No servant of the Emperor shall fall.
I can help it.
Attack!
Rhino transport is prepared.
The battlefield awaits. I follow your
See the
commands.
recharge rate? Starting to recharge their health really fast.
Rhino ready.
Apothecary here.
Alright, let's go.
I follow your
Deal
commands.
with the rest of these Dark Reapers.
I follow your commands. I follow your commands. They are finished. Let the grenade fly! Direct me to the injured.
Grenades are a good thing to disrupt the enemy's stream. Gonna lose some guys, but Dark Reapers are tough.
The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed. What are your needs?
There goes our sergeant.
The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed.
I lost my apothecary. Okay.
I follow your commands.
I'm pissed. Come on. No, get close.
Emperor shall fall.
Get close.
Death, all healing.
There.
I tend off witches. The battlefield awaits. Fear denies faith.
I'm going to send those guys back so he can get one more apothecary.
Apothecary ready.
Something I missed in the old Dawn of Wars.
Rhino transport is prepared. We deliver into battle.
Alright.
We carry the virtuous.
How can I serve?
This is our forward squad here. They should be fully healed up now. They're pretty fully healed up.
Direct me to the injured. Direct me to the injured. Under fire. The
more Dark
enemies of the
Reapers.
Emperor shall be
close.
destroyed.
Get closer. You gotta kill him.
Let the grenade fly! Death is all healing. I tend off witches. Faith shall shield. We'll crush the enemies of the Imperium.
We got range, but once you get up close with our weapons, we're good.
Cleanse, purge, kill.
Yeah.
Rhino transport is prepared.
Move out.
Rhino here.
The fallen shall be forever remembered
Yeah,
as the Emperor's
you can
finest.
destroy a unit if you don't want it by pressing the delete key. That's what I did right there. Alright, I'm gonna get a Hellfire Dreadnought. Building, yeah, Hellfire Dreadnought, because I can get an additional anti-building, anti-vehicle.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the
We'll
Emperor's
go through this
finest.
pass here,
The enemies of the Emperor shall be
and
destroyed.
we'll take this the strategic point. Oh, that's Biltan. That's the craft world known for like fighting. I actually think we have to go through here. I think we actually have to go
The battlefield awaits.
through here. So we'll just sit here and have these guys come back to us. You see, I think we lost our apothecary
Yes,
there.
my lord.
Yep, we did. Because of course we did. Apothecaries are great healers, but they don't have a lot of health, so if they're targeted by the enemy, there's nothing they can do. They're gonna get killed.
Area secured. Weapons at ready. It is time. Taking hits.
Yeah, that bike is gone. Well, here come the warp spiders, and they're gone. So yeah, this Hellfire Dreadnought here. He's got a rotary cannon, and he's got missiles, I believe.
I will crush those who stand before me.
Pretty much, he's a ranged Dreadnought.
I will purge.
He's got a lot of ranged firepower, so that's always good.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Now the aura
What would you have
that he has gives them, like, buffs up their combat.
Knowledge
stats.
is power. Hide it
What are your
well.
needs?
Praise the Emperor.
How can I serve?
Yes.
The battlefield awaits. At your command. What are your needs? I follow your commands.
Hoping that I can just
Who
attach
requires
him
my
into
aid?
there.
Is eternal.
And then get all these guys. So I'll have one dreadnought, and that'll be our task force here to go through and deal with these Eldar, cut through them all, and then get to the final point here. Now we might lose some apothecaries. That's all right.
Command me.
All right, that's our force. Let's move out.
Healing. I care not which. Death or healing. I care not which.
See, the apothecary is like only a melee unit too. He's got his syringe, and he's got a chainsword. He's okay melee, but he's got like no missile at all. Alright, warp spiders. They like to just yeet themselves in the middle of my formation and get nuked.
I care not which you see.
They're your gun ain't that powerful, warp spiders. Your gun ain't that powerful, warp spiders. Oh, here comes some banshees. They're actually pretty good in melee, but very weak. Boom, 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 boom. Die, bitch. We'll probably get it. Or not. Yeah! Get them, brothers!
Attack!
Move up.
The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed.
Bye-bye.
I follow your commands.
Got a lot of missiles, got a lot of other things. Alright, so we're just going to be like moving up here, slowly but surely, and hopefully we'll be able to
Apothecary here.
Apothecary. Get over here and heal them.
How can I serve?
Taking the brunt.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Apothecary here. Direct me to the injured.
See? Look at that. It's popping up so much.
Faith is eternal.
Let's keep
or
going.
Healing. I care
Sometimes the game is clunky, so you gotta take some breaks. You can't just continuously advance or else your guys are gonna get spread out.
Death or healing.
And like I said, I keep doing attack move because then that means that they'll stay kind of in formation. Oh, that's a warlock. That's the Seer Council.
Attack.
And they're dead.
At least we know that the orcs and Eldar are not in league together.
When one enemy attacks another, it does not mean they aren't in league.
Finished.
Just that they are living up to their lack of honor.
And those who lack honor deserve death.
Well, here's the orcs. Destroy the orcs in their base. Freeze.
They are finished. They are finished.
Kill those vipers.
Attack!
Charge! And you will die, warlocks. There's a lot of them. The Dark Reapers, just take care of them.
No servant of the Emperor shall fall in fight. Attack! I follow your commands. The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed. They are finished. Death or healing, I cannot wish you. The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed. Attack!
I am the instrument of his will.
Direct me to the injured.
There's still portals. There's got to still be portals here they're coming out of. So we got to destroy them. Yeah, the regular guardians or the shurikens aren't that powerful. Right, let's keep on going. There's got to be portals. Yeah, portal's probably right there. Gotta wipe them. The orcs won't move out of their base because they're kind of scared shitless by the Eldar right now. But the Eldar will continue to attack until we destroy their webway gates. And, you know, warp spiders can teleport anywhere, so.
Direct me to the injured.
Alright, now we can turn around and deal with these orcs.
Death or healing, I care not which you seek.
Let's get these orcs dead.
Death or healing, I care not which you seek.
Here we go. The one little gobbo's like, well, let's just start flaming, boss. I don't know.
I follow your commands. They are finished. They are finished. Death or healing, I care not which you seek. No servant of the Emperor shall fall in my hands. They are finished. Under fire.
I am ready to serve again.
Okay. What's up?
Death or healing. I care not which you see.
Let's keep on going. Let's move into the orc base.
Death or healing. I care not which you see. Attack! Attack! Attack!
There we go. They're dead.
Direct me to the injured. The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed. Attack! They are finished.
Move in. Come on. Let's move in. Of course, the sergeants are the ones that... The commanders and the sergeants are the ones that come in. Not the troops with the big guns that I want them to do. I do like how the orc builder units can damage people. Oh, I think we lost an apothecary. I knew that was going to happen. I guess it's just when I stop hearing the little quirks, I'll know we lost all of them.
No servant of the Emperor shall fall in my command. No servant of the Emperor shall fall in my command. Direct me to the injured. The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed.
Complete this optional objective.
I cannot wait to
I lost a sergeant too. I could have seen that coming. Alright, the orcs are dead.
follow your commands.
They're dealt with. Kaput. Done. Dusted. Let's keep on keeping on.
They are finished.
Alright, it'll take a little while for us to jumble out of that mess. Got fat stacks of requisition and power. But at this point, we're just trying to maximize our destructive capability. You see, we've lost a couple Space Marines along the way. Mostly due to Eldar. Because the Eldar do have more powerful... some more powerful units than orcs. The orcs have more powerful melee units, whereas the Eldar Melee units are kind of
Establishing a secondary base near this location will give us a forward position with which to engage the enemy.
I don't think we'll need that, Gabriel. Well, normally I would. The lovely people here don't want to see me build another base. Alright, let's move on into the desert, I believe. Head to the point here. Discover what they're on about. Man, these warp spiders are getting on my nerves. Not that they're hard to deal with, it's just so damn much of them.
Attack!
And they keep just popping out of nowhere. So we snaked our way through and we're about to discover what is drawing the Eldar here. Let's blow these Eldar up. Of course, warp spiders come out of nowhere. Of course.
I follow your command. They are finished.
Come on, stop! Get out of there, Gabriel. Get out of there. That took a lot of guys.
What are your needs?
The Emperor protects. Confirmed.
At your command.
I am the instrument of his will. I am ready to serve.
Took a lot of guys. Yeah, we lost a lot of Blood Ravens getting that. But we did get them. Alright. That's a Chaos Rhino.
My aim shall not falter.
Let's keep on moving.
By my command. Attack!
Ruined Eldar area.
Agreed.
At last, back to war.
Okay. So that's the... okay, here we go. Oh,
so the good Inquisitor senses no chaos here. How fortunate for the Imperium that such keen-eyed eagles stand vigil over her gates.
What dark crafts have these Eldar invoked?
None. At least not here. The servants of Chaos sacrificed this poor guardsman themselves.
To what end, Isidore?
I know not. I believe the altar is a marker, a waypoint in a map that leads elsewhere. Someone defaced many portions of text. Regardless of what Chaos seeks here, the altar requires a sacrifice of blood, or more likely, a life.
Brother Isidore, you have an hour to study the altar. Document everything as is our tradition. Then burn it, lest its taint infect us all.
But Gabriel, there is much to learn from here. We should not be too eager to...
Learn what? Chaos does not teach. It misleads and it betrays. There is nothing to learn here, save for our next course.
Gabriel.
These transports have been damaged
Isidore.
somehow. Make the repairs, and be quick.
Oh boy.
Well, brother Isidore, what betrayal have you wrought? Disabling your own vehicles? Harboring artifacts despite your good captain's instruction?
Gabriel does not understand. He does not appreciate the significance of this.
Oh, but I do.
Quiet, heretic. Once I find what you seek, I will use it against you for the glory of the Emperor and my brothers.
You wish to deal me a harsh blow, to prove your strength and worth. Well, then come to me. I wait at Mount Cora.
Have no fear, sorcerer. I will be there.
Oh boy. Don't do it, Isidore. Alright, Strat fans. So that will conclude today's episode. Join us next, the week after next, Tuesday. The Tuesday after next, we'll release. I'll release episode 6, and we'll see what transpires of this altercation here. So, with that, Strat fans, keep it strategic. Colonel out.